After a last minute booking, we decided to go to Krakow, and we treated ourselves to extra legroom on the EasyJet flight, which made it look as if we were in a poor man's first class, but there was plenty of room for the two of us. On arrival, we get the local podski and friendly baking staff in the local bakery, and the cakes are absolutely delicious, shall we say. Although the amount of cake shops that are there, there's one on every corner, and they all look delightful, and it would be no good if you're there on a very strict no sugar diet, because there's just abundance of cakes and cake shops everywhere, and they're all stunning. You can always look around the old market square, which has been standing in Krakow since the medieval times, as it is the largest square in Europe, and we've got local shops selling local produce in Krakow itself. Or you could take a horse ride around the Krakow square and old town, and it's all stunning, and you've got St Mary's Basilica in the distance, which is one of the oldest churches in Krakow. We were lucky enough to be there at the time when they had one of the local weekend markets on, which was absolutely splendid with all the local wares and products made locally. Or you could always invite yourself down to a 5-star Indian restaurant. We found a stunning place just south of the castle, and the food was splendid, and of course the breakfasts were outstanding, as you can see. And after all that sumptuous eating, you'd have to walk all that food off by walking past the old town hall and through the market square, and like you can say, we're walking around past the medieval towers and the old wall of the city, and then we've got the entrance then into St Florence Gate, which is the main entrance into the old town of Krakow. Again, we've got a nice little monument on the side, which is kept very well with the fresh flowers on a daily basis. Although we're not able to walk the ramparts currently because they're fenced off. I think it is because of the ice and the snow, but it's a lovely place to visit. We've got a replica of the Bridge of Sighs in Venice, it looks like, as well. And if you do, after walking around the city, you can always walk around the river and take in the breathtaking sights of the Vistula River, which even in a damp, snowy day is very picturesque. And it's a complete walk around Wawel Castle on the riverbanks of the Vistula, the longest river in Poland, that runs from the mountainside all the way through Warsaw to Torun and up to Gdansk. And like you say, coming up to the famous Krakow dragon, which is believed to have lived under the castle in the medieval times, as bones were found, but it transpired that the bones were mammoth bones and not dragon bones. But still, the myth stands today, and we've got the Wawel dragon sitting outside proudly in front of the castle, looking very splendific in its glory in the snow. After which, go for a nice walk up towards Wawel Castle and take in the splendour of the streets, even in this damp afternoon. We were lucky enough to have one of the few hotels with a basement swimming pool, which made a lot for the well-being and nice swim in the evening, as well as it is a full spa and underfloor heating. So that was in the Hotel Copernicus, as well as we took a nice tram across town through the old side of town where we visited the Oscar Schindler factory. So if you ever want to go to Krakow for 3 days, it's fully recommended, and I couldn't think of a better place to visit.